If you're building apps with AI, here are 5 concepts you need to know and understand if you want to have a scalable and maintainable application. First, we have the 3 flow: the control flow, the data flow, and the error flow. The control flow is more of like the flow of your application. It's more of like the logic flow of your application. What happened now and what will happen next? What happened if you're having 2 options? If you take this option, if you click on this option, what will be the result? If you click on this option, what will be the result? It's more of like the if statement of your application, the statement of your application. We're having now the data flow. Between your front end, back end, which is the server, and the data, and the database, there is flow of data. When a user requests something from your own application, it goes to the server. The server performs logic. From the logic, it picks it from the database to the server again, back to your own app, to your own front end. So within these 3 layers of your application, there is data flow. You need to understand now the data flow of your own application. What is happening behind the scene? 3 on the list is error flow. If you're building applications, 100%, you're going to come across errors, which is a normal thing. But the thing is, how do you handle those errors? That's one thing you should look at. The best approach to handle errors now isn't to copy and paste the error message back to the application, back to the AI to solve it. Now, check your logs. It's written there. So the best thing is you need to learn how to trace the error back to the source. Because if you do that, you're going to have 3 benefits. Number 1, if you trace that error, you're going to have experience of why that error happened, and you're going to prevent it next time. Number 2, you're going to save yourself a lot of tokens, because if you paste an error message just bam back to the AI, it's going to scan your entire code, which will consume tokens. But if you specifically point where the error is, you're going to save a lot of tokens. It won't have to review all those databases. Number 3 is, one thing AI does sometimes is, while trying to solve this problem, it's going to touch another place to create another problem. So if you specify where the error is from, it will avoid all those aspects. It will focus on solving that specific problem instead of touching another place. In the number 4, we look at modularity. Now, this is where you separate your code into different pieces. Each file has its own use. Instead of jam packing everything in one place, your UI and your logic is in one file. It works at the moment, but when we look at maintainability, we look at scalability, scaling your application, scaling your website. That's where the problem is. And obviously, all these 4 things I mentioned, it's not something you're going to pick once, but it's something you're going to develop with time. You see, the last one on the list is abstraction. If you notice, AI has this specific pattern. 10 lines of code will solve the problem, but for some reason, it will give you a solution to almost 30-something lines of code. Now, this is where the control flow matters, because the more you have the control over the app, the more you know what you want. Instead of making everything simplicity, instead of complex code. Because if you have a simple code that's readable, you're going to have a better maintainability and scalability. Take note of these 5 concepts I mentioned and continue building one project at a time.